Hi guys, you've got the Oracle there, and I'm back for round 1 of this Legacy, no Legacy, it's Oath of the Gatewatch now. I just messed up. Anyway, I have quite a great hand, I do like it a lot, I'm gonna keep. We are on the draw, which is fine. This is really great, because I can cast a lot of my spells. I have a few double blue, but you know, with those land I can cast pretty much anything. Griffin was a great draw. Yeah, just a very solid hand, all in all. As the opponent doesn't play anything yet. So I guess next turn I can either play our Reflector Mage or Core Sky Climber, depending on what my opponent does. And my opponent plays an Essence Depleter. What is that? Okay, that seems quite good. I don't know, if you have enough way to use the ability, it's probably decent. Um, Honestly, here I'm just... Let me think, actually. Because if I play the mage on that, I don't gain too much, I feel. No, I think I'm just gonna play the Sky Climber first. No real reason to Reflector Mage on that, because he's just... No, he cannot cast it back, never mind. So I could have been able to attack with my mage. Not sure. I don't think it changes a lot, but I'd rather keep the mage and, you know, block something and, you know, bounce something more annoying later on. I don't think this is too much of an issue. Bouncing something like a Kozilek Sentinel can really slow down your opponent a lot. So I think I'm fine doing that. And here, if he attacks and, you know, plan on playing a blocker, I can Reflector Mage it. Or maybe just play a Griffin. We'll see how it happens. I kinda like my spot there. And we are a Vampire Envoy. Okay, guess that's fine. Do not care too much about that. And we draw a Touch of the Void, which is quite nice. The question now is what to do. I cannot deal with both creature. I don't really want to attack into Essence Depleter. No real reason to do so. I think my creature is a bit better than that thing. I guess I could just play the Griffin maybe. Or start to deal with my opponent creature. I'm not sure. I can, you know, Touch of the Void that thing, but then I don't gain a lot by doing that. Could bounce this, attack with the Sky Climber. Yeah, not much. There's not much I can do. That seems really interesting. And it's the first game I'm playing Oath of the Gatewatch, and and it already seems like it's quite a slow set with a lot of creature with more toughness than strength. Um, I don't know. um, if the games are super long with a lot of board stall, this set is not gonna make me really happy. Uh, I guess we'll see how it goes though. So for now it seems that we are facing a mono-back deck. And the up, okay, so basically it's a 1 for lifelink, a bit worst because if you block you don't get the life, but that aside it is pretty much 1 for lifelinks. So next turn I could either Reflector Mage the Vampire Envoy, attack with Griffin, or maybe um, Isolation Zone if my opponent plays something scary. I have Oath to, you know, this card is quite good because on the over the course of the game, if I just draw a few land that I don't need, I can just, you know, discard them. I just like those effects quite a lot. Um, the issue is that if you have a card like a Careful Study that only draw 2 and discard 2, you are down a card basically. But um, this, since you draw more than you discard, it seems quite fine to me. Alright, so Slaughter Throne. Do not care too much about that, and I think that now my play is very likely to just be Reflector Mage the Vampire attack with Courier Griffin and pass the turn. I I don't really want to play that land because I really don't need a third mountain. Those are all the mountains of my deck, by the way. Um, so keep it. I'd rather keep that mountain in hand and discard it and play something like an island or a plane into the battlefield. Anyway, I'm gonna target this Vampire Envoy, attack with my Griffin and pass the turn. Ooh, and those games, they are gonna be quite long, I think. Look at this board. My opponent cannot really attack. I have just a flyer that is gonna be stopped by the Vampire in a few turns. Things, yeah, things look quite stally at first glance. There is also a fair amount of removal in this stat, as we might get Grasp of Darkness. I think it's the name of the card, double black, -4, -4. Um, Nothing. It might be a sorcery. I'm not sure. Obviously, I'm not the only one that is new to the set. Most of the time I do Prerelease event in Paper Magic and I do enjoy that, but this year I didn't have a lot of time 2 weeks ago because I was preparing my exam. So didn't have a lot of time to do that. The opponent just took 2 black mana and didn't manage to cast anything. Not sure. Maybe they tried to use that and they are not aware that you need colorless to do so. I'm not sure. Not so sure about what just happened. Um, anyway, they have 4 cards in hand, including the Vampire Envoy that they cannot cast. If they play a good 5-drop like Kozilek Sentinel, I might just Isolation Zone that thing. If they do nothing too threatening, I might just use my Oath of Chase. Not sure, we'll see how it goes. What is the other effect if we actually have a Planeswalker? Well, I mean, scrying each turn before the draw step is fairly decent. As the opponent plays a Kozilek Translator, which is strong, especially since it does have that. So if you want, he can pay 2 life to... Actually, he can pay 2 life. He can pay 1 life because he's gonna gain 1 life. He can pay 1 life to deal me 1. Don't think I want to do that just right now, but it is a strong ability, definitely. Oh, only once each turn. Never mind, never mind. Yeah, it is a bit less strong than I expected. Boulder Salvo is a nice draw. So I can Touch of the Void something and Boulder Salvo something else. I think my play this turn is just gonna be to attack with I could attack with both. I don't think I really want that. I kinda wanna kill that thing. I'm just gonna attack with Griffin. Yeah, I'm gonna attack with Griffin, then Isolation Zone the Translator, and next turn I might Touch of the Void, Boulder Salvo, killing 2 creatures, and starting to attack with the other team member. So let's target that. The opponent is likely to cast the Vampire Envoy now, which means I'll be able to Touch of the Void this, Boulder Salvo the Envoy, which seems like a quite good turn, and start attacking more with my creature. So this remove creatures or enchantment. So you can basically deal with opponent isolation zones with your own isolation zones. Alright. Vampire Envoy hits the battlefield one more time. Pretty much what I expected. Yep. We have this sweep away. Sweep away is actually better defensively than offensively. The original time ebb that, puts on the top and costs 3 and it's sorcery is quite good offensively because sometimes you can just basically time work your opponent by using it. But since this bounce in hand, if they don't attack, it is less strong uh, in an offensive deck. Sandstone Bridge targeting the slaughter drone that will attack, which is fine. I guess I'll take my damages. Don't mind that too much. And now I will play plain Touch of the Void. That thing. Yeah, I should actually cast the spell first now, just because of that new rule. It is simpler to just cast the spell, and I mean, it is not a rule, just a change, I guess. And now I can attack with those, and I think I will just keep that around and use it with the flying ability in a few turns. So the opponent is at 12, which is quite nice for me. Next turn I can either Oath of Chase plus give flying to my 3/2. Okay. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna do that. As we drew a Wind Rider but cannot cast that yet, just gonna give that flying and attack with everything. My opponent will take 5 or jump, which is quite good for me. Alright. So I guess it's 5 damage. Does Boulder Salvo no, this cannot target player. That would be too sick, actually. Yeah, that would be completely broken. Imagine mono red. Turn 3 you bolt them and then surge that to their face. Alright, the opponent does this block, which is actually completely fine with me. I don't care too much about trading my mage for this slaughter thing. Just gonna keep the creature the way they are. And now I guess I will also chase. And let's see what we do loot. Alright, a lot of land. Sure. I guess I will discard Plain and Mountain. And next turn I can cast this Wind Rider or Sweep Away if needed. The fact that I was able to discard 2 land with that card makes it quite nice, even though I drew a lot of land out of it. It is still a decent top deck. Scry, okay. So it's gonna trigger each time and Scry 0 for me. Is that what is happening? Anyway, we drew the Deep Fathom Skulker, which actually I didn't realize but needs colorless mana to get activated, and I don't have match. Maybe I should have kept the Lantern Seer to be able to activate that. I think the card is still very strong without the unblockable effect, but it might have not been the best thing. So I think my play is... yeah, I'm gonna attack with both. My opponent might, if he doubles block there, I'm gonna draw a card of the Griffin. If he blocks there, he can jump the Sky Climber. We'll see what happens. But I think I'd rather play the Skulker now, attack with everything, and next turn I can Wind Rider and give my thing flying, which seems like a nice play. So this is gonna be my opponent block. Great. Yes, I want to draw a card. And I have 2 Sweep Away, so I can pretty much empty my opponent's board if needed. And since he's at 4, that should be game, honestly. Yeah, that's just gonna be concession. So, pretty sweet game. The opponent might have mana trouble at the beginning, but, I don't think those cards are strong in sealed, and that you should play them. The colorless thing he's playing, I mean, if you have enough way to get this colorless mana, might be decent. Not so sure. Anyway, the deck worked fairly well there. I just, bounce and remove things from the game and attack with flyers, I guess. There's not really... I don't think I want to side in anything. If I'm playing a really aggressive deck, I might see myself siding in the Alpha Protector. I guess Lethal Monster Focus is quite good if my opponent is playing a decent amount of colorless creature. That aside, honestly, not too much I'm interested in siding in. I guess there is this Lantern that can help me trigger the Skulker, because right now I do only have access to Chandler, Incubator Drone Token, and I think that's it, basically. Yup, that's it. So not too many of those effects. Um, since I'm not playing a fast deck, I think I will cut this blade wheel and add the lantern, which might, it might be that this should be in the main deck. I'm not sure how good it is. I also forgot that I needed the colorless for this ability, but I guess I also have the token from the Droner of Hope. Well, I guess a game where I can cast Droner of Hope and Deep Fathom Skulker is most likely gonna end up well for me. And I will want to attack with my token to draw a card, basically, if I can do so. So I'm not sure. I haven't played enough of this Oath of the Gatewatch to know. Obviously, one game is not a lot at all, but it feels to me that you might wanna put your opponent on the play. Not sure. If you have an aggressive deck, probably not, but it might be something. I'm gonna keep my hand. It is not great, but it's decent. Maybe I will regret that this is not a core blade wheel that could have traded with my opponent 2-drop. Not sure. It depends a lot on what he does play here. If he plays a 1-3, I'm fine. If he plays a 2-2, that's gonna destroy me. That could be more annoying. But oh well, I'm still quite fine there. So if I draw an island, next turn I can Sears Lantern into Wind Rider. Worst case scenario, I always have the possibility to Isolation Zone on my turn 4, and Droner of Hope should happen on turn 5, basically because of the Lantern. As the opponent makes a quite aggressive start there, well, I'm happy that I didn't have to sacrifice a thing. Sweep Away is a great draw for me there. So I think I will actually sweep away that turn and not Sears Lantern. I will sweep away that thing, obviously. I'd rather not give him the ability to use the sacrifice effect. And the opponent is making a decently aggressive start, so I'm not sure how this will end up for me. I mean, I'm at 17, so I guess 15 this turn, but it is not too bad. And as expected, that card seems quite library. Yeah. Oh, you can even choose, even if they are attacking, you can choose. Okay, that's nice. That could be an interesting option sometime. Anyway, it's gonna be library, and it seems like my card is, I mean, this sweep away card is quite good defensively, pretty much as I expected. At here we drew a Rolling Waters, which I guess if I can get the other blue is gonna be quite good. So here I could either Isolation Zone something, but I think I will just play the Lantern so I can play Droner of Hope next turn if needed. I can also scry. No, I cannot scry. I would need one more mana, I guess. Alright, so I'm making a fairly slow start. Maybe I would have been better with a core blade wheel, but on the other hand, this makes me closer to cast my Droner of Hope, as well as Rolling Waters if I hit another blue. So I think this is fine. So I'm going to 11 this turn. If I don't draw a land for the Droner, that's gonna be quite bad though. Especially since now my opponent can start to drain me. Guess I will end up using Isolation Zone on that thing. And now I do have a Boulder Salvo. Alright. So I could Oath of Chase into Boulder Salvo. That doesn't seem incredibly strong. I don't have a lot of play. I'm playing 3 colors, so this is a bit the issue. If I with double blue, I would feel much better there. Anyway, I think my best play is just to Isolation Zone the Translator and go to 7 next turn. Not my favorite, but I don't think I can do a lot more. That'd be great. I can chase Boulder Salvo that thing, but then I take even more. I guess Oath of Chase makes sure I hit a land next turn, which could be interesting. I kinda want, yeah, no, I think I just wanna, actually let's cast the spell first. I think I just wanna cast that isolation zone actually. Yup, that seems just better. I would be happier with another land to, either cast this or zone plus salvo, but yeah, whatever. That's gonna be my play. I guess I'm going to 7 next turn, which is not a lot at all. What is that? Corrupted Crossroad. Oh, that's quite good. That land is so strong, by the way. Oh no, you can only spend it to cast a spell with Divide. Okay, it's not just a straight up better um, mana confluence or City of Brass. Guess you can activate the Essence Depleter ability now, which is a bit annoying though. If he plays a good 4-drop, attack for 4, okay, Archive is not... It's quite annoying actually, because my opponent is gonna be able to drain me for 2 this turn, so I will actually go to 5. And it does have we know the last card it does have in hand, it is the 2/2 that can gain Death Touch, and he will play that, okay, sure. And then drain me. Okay, that makes sense. If I keep missing on land, things could go quite wrong now, actually, because I'm basically going to 6 there. Okay, I did draw land. Amazing. Does that actually change a thing? Not really, though, because I don't really want my opponent to drain me, so I kind of have to kill that. Say will drain me for 1. There, I go to... Yeah, that's quite strong with Eldron Archive, so I will go to 6, then he can use the ability 3 times next turn, which means I will go to 3. You, that's that's quite brutal. On the other hand, if I Boulder Salvo, I can only Oath of Chase, and then I take 4 from the other thing. Yeah, I think, playing the Drone of Oath is just bad. It's just better, and yeah, that draining essence thing is quite threatening though. Jesus Christ. With Edron Archive you can start to spam the ability, and if you make an aggressive start like my opponent did, that's very brutal. So next turn I'm likely to get drained for 3, or my opponent might... If he draws card of the archive, that's great. Um, but I think he's likely to just drain me for 3, and I mean just pass the turn and drain me for 3 basically. And I kind of have to tap that. I don't want to take damage, which is annoying, but not much I can do. Yeah, that game is not gonna be easy to win at all. I will have to Boulder Salvo that Depleter. Hopefully next turn I can draw land, play Wind Rider, Salvo the Depleter, so I have a blocker for Bearer of Silence. And then I might see myself coming back in this game, but I'm at a very low amount of life, so if my opponent is playing other Essence Depleter, that could just kill me in the end. So the opponent is waiting there, not sure why for. Maybe they are not sure if they wanna sacrifice Archive or drain me. I feel like draining me is just a much better play overall, because it means that if I don't have a reroll, I am dead next turn basically. And that seems already quite good to me. They might have drawn a very strong 7-drop, or 8-drop even maybe, that they want to cast, but they are not sure if they want to drain or cast it. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's taking a bit of time. I'm sorry about that, not much I can do. I guess we'll wait and see what the opponent does. Okay, something is happening. Alright, 3. So are you draining for 3 now? That would be weird though. You have no reason just not to wait until my next turn, I think. Alright. The thing is he can also give that Death Touch, so maybe he wants to keep 1 colorless to be able to attack with that. I can jump with an Eldrazi Scion though. Okay, something is up. I think I'd rather have my opponent cast something big than draining me actually. Okay, Depleter for 1, pretty much what I expected. Guess he can just wait. No reason to do that now, especially since now he will not be able to attack with the Slaughter Drone. So that's a misplay in my opinion, unless he has another way to produce colorless. He'd rather attack with that first, then I choose target creature. Then I kinda have to, you know, jump with a Scion, but now he just cannot attack efficiently. So yeah, it just lose. Basically, it just made it that I don't have to sacrifice my Scion by draining first, which is quite a big misplay since you know I'm at 3. I'm struggling to survive. So yeah, not not too thrilled by my opponent play. Um, yeah, I didn't throw my land, which is a bit annoying. Uh, there's not too much I can do though. I guess I have to kill that pretty much no matter what, but I will also chase first. Yep, that's gonna be my play. Yeah, being at 3 is not not the most uh, I mean not the best spot. So I have to discard 2, and there are still no land. I don't think actually that does block the Bear of Silence, which I can appreciate. Yeah, actually I might want to keep that. I want the mage, but I don't want to bounce that. Hmm. I guess the guide is not the best creature defensively. Um, yeah. So let's discard 2 cards. Yeah, I clicked on something. What is happening? Well, whatever. Okay, it was just laggy. I need to select another card, and I'm not sure. Kinda need a backup blocker for the Bearer of Silence in case he has a removal for Wind Rider. Um, Mage does give you a lot of tempo, which I need though. I guess it's gonna be it's gonna be the 1/3. It's the the worst creature of my hand. I'm gonna cast that with Surge on the, let's not miss the target, on the Essence Depleter, and pass the turn to my opponent basically, which is gonna be able to attack with the Slaughter Drone, if he didn't forget that he can give it Death Touch. And I guess I really don't want to trade that for my Drone of Hope, so I might just go to 1. Which is not the dream scenario, but not much I can do about that. Okay, what is happening now? Do you want to draw cards? Do you want to cast something? Do you want to kill me? I'm not sure how many... is there some draining effect in black except for the Essence Depleter one? I'm not sure. Anyway, this game is gonna be quite hard to win. If my opponent doesn't get something that can drain me more, I think I'm in decent shape. Cause with this Rolling Water, Reflector Mage, and Skulker, I should be able to find a way back in this battle. We'll see how it goes though. Warping Whale. That's quite bad. I would have sacrificed that anyway. Not sure what the opponent did there. But I don't see any reason to do that. I was planning on sacrificing the 1/1 anyway, so I'm not so sure what this provide my opponent with. Well, whatever. Slaughter Drone gains Death Touch. I guess it is annoying, but it would have happened pretty much no matter what. And I guess I'm taking 2 here. I'm gonna scry 0 as usual. And Boulder Salvo is a great top deck. Really, really nice. So now I guess I can Reflector Mage. That Slaughter Drone, yep, that seems quite nice. And Salvo the Bearer of Silence. And attack for 5. And now I have 7 power, my opponent can cast back his thing next turn. I guess he will be able to draw with Archive, I am at 1, so things are not won yet, but I feel much better now. Next turn I might be able to cast the Deep Phasm, Skulker and try to draw more cards. Then I have the Rolling Water. Yeah. I might just get drained by some random thing, but if my opponent doesn't drain me, I should be in a decent spot. I mean, any big creature does not seem to threaten. I guess he could just play something like a Calastria healer and just, just kill me on the spot. That could also be something. As it seems that my opponent is gonna draw 2 there. Yup, pretty much as expected. And they have probably 6 mana, since they most likely draw land to play a new spell. We'll see what it be. A core sky climber. Alright, alright. That's a bit threatening, I'm not gonna lie. So I have to either put this as a blocker onto the battlefield or Roiling Water. The thing is, if my opponent has a removal, I straight up die to that thing. So I think my play is gonna be Roiling Water and try to get removal. I really don't want to die to that thing. Alright. I'd rather target... oh, I have to target myself, right? Yeah. I'd rather use this ability on 2 creatures, but honestly, if I play the Wind Rider as a blocker and my opponent just top deck a removal, I die, so really not my favorite situation there. I drew 2 land, which is not great, but again, not much I can do. I guess we are applying pressure now, which is nice. Obviously, if the opponent drew a removal at some point, I will just die to that Sky Dude. So I really don't like my spot too much. River Drone. Okay, so actually my opponent is playing a fairly aggressive deck, which I didn't realize first game. River Drone, Slow the Drone, and I guess the Sky Dude. That would be my guess. So I will have, unless I top deck something, I will have to play Wind Rider and do nothing else, stay in defense, and most likely die to any removal. Sky Climber of my own. Alright, alright, alright. Okay, well that's something. Guess I will play my Sky Climber and my Wind Rider and pass the turn and just pray that my opponent doesn't have a removal. So he can give Death Touch to the River Drone, to the Slaughter Drone, so no reason to attack with my Drone of Hope. And yup, my opponent just need a removal there to kill me. So, yeah, things are not looking too great. Nothing yet. Well, I think if my opponent had a removal, he would just kill the Wind Rider, right? And just kill me. Another Slaughter Drone. Okay, so my opponent is definitely way more aggressive than I first expected. Sure. Alright. If he wants to make the trade now between the Sky Dude and my Wind Rider, that's great. Obviously this is a much worse card than Wind Rider, but if I can get rid of that flying creature out of the board, that just saves me a lot for the next thing. And I'm more and more unsure about this Lantern addition to the deck, just because I'm already playing 18 lands. Not sure. Yeah, that just seems bad. That just seems bad overall. Well, I guess then that my block are gonna be the following. Okay, give Death Touch before even... Well, I guess I have to block, so it doesn't change a whole lot. So let's trade there and there. And yup, I'm fine with that. Alright, we drew a Meandering River, which does not accomplish a whole lot for me. So I guess my play is gonna be Deep Fathom Skulker and Scry with my Lantern. Yup. I guess I could have kept White open if he has a a flying ace creature. Not sure this does exist though, but that would have been a much better play. Um, so the question now is, should I attack and hope he doesn't top deck a removal? Yeah, it seems like the right play actually, especially since it gives me a land. It's a bit risky, but I kind of have to pressure my opponent to, you know, do something. Especially since if he doesn't block, I can kill him next turn of the flying plus the unblockable from the Skulker. I guess I will scry first then. If it doesn't block. Can I pay? Okay, I don't want to draw that. And I guess I'll pass the turn. Yes, I want to use the ability. River Drone does still not anything. And now, yeah, either my opponent top deck a removal and kills me, either I can kill them next turn. So I like my spot a decent amount of the time. We'll see what happens though. Maybe it would have been safer to wait a little bit. The thing is, my opponent could also draw another. I'm at 1, and my opponent could also draw another Essence Depleter or a Calastria Healer or something of that sort, and I just don't want that to happen. I really need to kill them as fast as I can. I need to, you know, stay focused on not dying, but I cannot wait too much, because each turn it is more likely that my opponent draws a card that can drain me away. But it seems like still nothing is happening. I guess if had they drawn a removal play, I guess they would just remove my Skulker and kill me. No reason not to do so. Okay, so costs. And what is that? Alright. Oh, now I'm really happy that I that I started to attack. Yeah, because that thing is just gonna kill me if my opponent draws another ally. Alright, so that's a great news for me. Anyway, I think I just win now. If they had a removal, they would have killed me, so I guess that this ability targeting itself, I guess. So that thing is unblockable. Oh, it's 2 mana, never mind. That thing is gonna fly. And I guess I'm attacking for 7 and just winning this game off not a lot. Okay, that's gonna be game and match. It was quite interesting. My deck worked well. I mean, that game was a bit quite fearful, but you know, it ended up fine. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like or subscribe if you did, and see you guys for round 2.